This Week in Jackson is brought to you by 517 Salon and Spa. They offer a wide selection of personalized massage treatments, nail services, and hair care. Hi, I'm Suzanne McCluskey, your host of This Week in Jackson. This week we've got a special guest, Leslie Youngdahl.
Hello.
She's not used to being on this side of the table. Well,
No.
we're on the same side of the table, but
Yeah.
now you're being interviewed as opposed to
Yes.
interviewing.
Typically, Caitlin and I are filling in for you when you're on vacation.
Thank goodness. I don't know what I'd do without you guys.
We love it.
So you've got a couple of events coming up. Now, one of
Yes.
them, I don't know if you're actually representing or just like here in place of the mysterious Bucky J. Harris.
Yes, that event is coming up on this Friday, April 4th. And that'll be at 151. And this Bucky J. Harris group is kind of pop-up events. But as you mentioned, since this one is planned so far ahead, it typically probably wouldn't be considered a pop-up event. But that event is just a First Friday happy hour. The group meets on the first Friday of every month at different locations.
Is that the pop-up part?
Yeah.
Surprise.
Surprise! Yeah, and that could be considered the pop-up part
Surprise,
of the
but
event.
not really, because we told you
Yeah,
3 weeks ahead of time.
yeah,
But I'm kind of down with this,
Foiled.
calling all events pop-up events. Pop-up acoustic open mic night at the Foundry. Pop-up talent show at Jackson College.
because they only happen once.
Right,
And,
and then they're gone.
yeah, it adds to the urgency of attending those events.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to this because this is more of like a social networking,
Yep.
not Facebook and Twitter, but
Right.
meeting people around town. And
Yep.
is there an age restriction, or is it just like-minded people, or?
Yeah, it's just right now kind of like-minded people. Obviously, since it's a happy hour, you probably need to be 21 and
Yes,
older. But
that'd be good.
there's a Facebook page, Bucky J. Harris, which has more details, has a Facebook event that'll tell you, when it is, where it is each month. And we had our last one at Sheds Brewing, which was really fun. We had a fishbowl full of questions that were kind of conversation starters. So if you didn't know someone that was there, you just pull out a question and kind of talk to that person about what that question was. And then, the group identifies themselves by having a sign on the table, so you're not walking up to complete strangers asking.
Right,
Yeah.
because you won't always see Leslie there. Most times, I'm sure. But, and even if you don't want to talk to people, when you've got events like Sheds, you can just go for the beer. Cause,
Yeah.
Sheds, the new brewery in town, fantastic beer, love it.
Yeah.
No food, wish they had that, but I'm okay with
But
adult
you can
beverages.
order pizza in.
Yeah.
which
Where
is
do they
cool.
order it from? I smelled it and didn't know where
I
it
don't
came
know.
from.
I
But
don't know.
we'll have to go back and find out. So the other event, April 9th, 6 to 9 p.m., 6 to 8 p.m., also at 151, is a Jackson Young Professionals
Yeah.
meetup.
So this event is a little more structured and organized than the Bucky J. Harris events. We are working with, or I have been working with the Jackson Chamber of Commerce to kind of revitalize the young professionals group within Jackson.
And that's 21 to 40 years old.
21 to 40 years old is what is considered a young professional by common standards on the, internet, where we benchmarked all these professional groups.
Sounds right to me.
But so that event will take place at 151, and we'll be upstairs for that event.
Okay.
And the purpose behind the rebuilding of a young professionals group is to kind of cultivate those career development opportunities. There's a social aspect so that the young professionals within the community can meet one another more easily. And then there'll also be kind of a volunteer and community service type aspect too, so that we can get out into the community and help where we need to.
I think it sounds really cool. I mean, you had me sold at cocktails, but you've also got these, really great networking opportunities, and you have a guest speaker.
Yes. So to go into that career development portion of what we want this group to be, Patty Poppy, the Consumers Energy Vice President of Customer Experience, Rates, and Regulation, will be...
Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, that's a mouthful. But we'll be there to speak about Jackson and career development. So that'll be kind of how we kick off the meeting. We'll have some networking for the people that do attend. We have about 50 RSVPs right now.
Nice.
Of people who will be attending. And then we'll roll up our sleeves and get to work on what we want this organization to look like so that it's sustainable and impactful.
And everyone kind of gets a hand, and it's not like you're joining something that's already established. You don't get a
Right.
say. You get to help see this through and build
Right.
it from the ground up.
Exactly, yeah.
So that's a really cool opportunity also, because I think Jackson's pretty sweet, but there's always room for improvement.
Exactly.
So that's great. And then that is free, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So and you have to RSVP to Leslie,
Yep.
Leslie.youngdahl at
cmsenergy.com.
So you can go on the website, Events in Jackson. No, that's our Twitter. jacksonopolis.com/events, and grab her email there to RSVP. Bring your friends, 21 to 40. If they're 41 and a half, I'm sorry. Maybe. I don't know if they're going to ID at the door.
No, I do.
Unless you look like you're 19, then definitely. So jumping to our other pop-up events, we've got the Acoustic Open Mic Night at the Foundry. That's April 3rd at 8 p.m. And so anybody that wants to come down and share their talent and music or whatever, you can do that. There's no cover. And that's happening I believe every first and third Thursday of the month, unless another event is scheduled. Then there's a night of talent and entertainment at the Jackson Potter College Center, April 4th. And this is a fundraiser for the U.S.-Brazil Connect group, Connect Students. And so that's a wide variety of, well, just like the title, talent and entertainment. So check that out, April 4th. Again, the Bucky Harris Pop-Up Event Happy Hour is April 4th, 6 to 8 p.m. at 151. Blood, Sweat, and Tears is playing April 5th at 7:30 p.m. at the Jackson Potter College Center, Jackson College Potter Center. And I honestly, I'm not sure what they sing, but they've got several top 40 hits. So I don't. Do you
Probably
think,
Google it.
Yeah, I think there's a video actually on our events page. I should have watched that. So there's You've Made Me So Very Happy, Spinning Wheel, When I Die, Heidi Ho. So I guess they're a big deal. Are you gonna go?
What day is it?
April 5th.
April 5th, possibly.
Is that Saturday?
Yes, it is.
It's very soon. Spring Into Gardening is taking place April 7th, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at the Eastern Branch Jackson District Library. This is very timely. It's beautiful out. The weather's getting nice. I heard rumor at work that at some part of the state, they're expecting a possible ice storm. So that's horrifying to hear. I know. I almost started crying right there in the meeting. Would have been awkward. But it does not feel that way outside, so I hope that's not true. So you can hear about tools for gardening, starting seeds, a whole gamut of information to get your garden going.
That's a nice play on words, too, that they're spring into gardening.
Oh, yes, spring into gardening. They're so clever at the library. There'll be questions and answers after the session. You can get more info on the event page, jacksonopolis.com/events. We'll see you next week.